Hey, Aries, intuitive soul coach here with your January 2024 love reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. These are general readings. Please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, welcome. So Aries, what we have going on here, regardless of relationship status, we have some sort of never-ending story playing out here for you. But I feel like you are moving into a new dynamic, a new energy here in 2024. We have the new year. You have the ability to create new opportunities this year when it comes to your heart. And I am getting that you're ready, okay? Because you have the Between Worlds card showing up here. You do have the Poise card. So I feel like a lot of you are, you're going to be taking action on relationships that stimulate your mind. I'm getting here mental stimulation is very important for a lot of you Aries out there. I also see that there's going to be travel for you this year. So it could be solo travel. Maybe that is where you meet a soulmate or you meet a friend. I am getting for you Aries as well. There could be some family dynamics where you travel. Some of you could even be taking a cruise. I am getting the name Lorenzo. Lorenzo could be significant. Perhaps that is your name, or it could be someone that you are dealing with or someone that you meet. But I feel like there's going to be some decisions for you to make here in the future, because what you don't see coming is you do have the fork in the road card. So you may be at a crossroads because you don't want to keep moving in the same cycle, okay? Because we do have this never-ending cycle showing up for you here. And when this plays out, we want to jump off that karmic cycle. And for some of you, it is a karmic relationship, or it could be doing the same thing over and over. Maybe you've been in the same single routine for quite some time, or maybe you've been in a relationship that just seems to be a replay. It's like Groundhog's Day each and every day, Aries. So a lot of you, you're making some new choices in 2024 that are going to get you off of that never-ending cycle train. You're jumping off the train here, and I feel like you're taking the train someplace else. Some of you literally could be hearing train horns. Some of you may even have to cross a train tracks, maybe to get to your destination if you drive daily. I'm getting also public transportation. So if you're dreaming of trains, or for some of you, if this is significant or if it's resonating, there is an energy here of you introducing new people, new soul tribe. I also sense if you're single, you're putting yourself out there. You're getting back out in the dating world. And for those of you that are in a relationship, you're going to come up against a major crossroads here. And you may say, do I want to have a new beginning? Whatever that new beginning may look like for you, Aries. Now you also have the Between Worlds. So again, it's like you are leaving the old or the past behind. You're leaving the hurt. You're leaving an old lifestyle. For some of you, you felt maybe even a little bit hermited, because you can see on the one side here, the part that this flamingo is walking out of, it looks to be a little bit stormy, maybe even a little bit dull, a little bit boring. So you are walking towards more light, more sunshine, more happiness. And that has everything to do with that decision that we see showing up here. And this is the energy of what's going on within you on a deep level, is this fork in the road. So some of you may be contemplating, how do I get out of this spot? How do I get out of this routine, this never-ending story? And you're going to see here that January brings out a lot of transformative energies, because we also have card 13 with the fork in the road, Aries. So I do feel that some of you, you're going to end some situations that are no longer serving you, or you've outgrown, okay? Or you may be cutting someone out of your life, or not cutting them out in a way that you're done. I mean, some of you, but I feel like this is a smooth transition into a new lifestyle. So again, if you are opening up to the dating world, I'm getting like the soft delicacy of, a flower opening, like the lotus opening here. So it's not a rough energy. It's not a quick slap in the face. I feel like a lot of you, and I haven't looked at the other cards yet, but I feel like you are opening yourself up after a time of just feeling, again, feeling isolated. For some of you is the word coming to mind, isolated, or feeling a little bit hermited, or just working on yourself. Okay. Or some of you, you had to go through a period of shadow. You've done some shadow work, but the flamingo, he's stepping out of the shadow work here. And so I really like this showing up. It's also card 3. That's the Empress. And I feel like you are nurturing and fostering relationships that are external because you've been nurturing and fostering yourself here for quite some time, Aries. And you're ready because your near future position, you do have the Poise card. This is about you actively taking a leap in a sense where you're opening yourself up and you're saying, okay, I'm ready to make the decisions. I'm ready to embrace the new opportunities. I am ready to live a life of more light, more abundance, more happiness. I'm ready to get social. Even if you don't necessarily feel like you are an extrovert, per se, I feel like you are going to have opportunities this year, especially in January. This is the starter, right? What you do this month is kind of going to set the groundwork for the first and second quarter of 2024. But I see by the end of the year, things could take a huge turn for you, Aries. And some of you are going to wind up in high level commitments, friendships. I am getting the Hierophant energy. I don't see the Hierophant coming in here, but I haven't peeked quite yet. But I do feel like there's going to be a solidification of relationships. Some of you could wind up married. You may wind up with your lifetime best friend. I feel for others of you, you may completely have faded out a relationship where you're on different ends of, the year even, where something that may have happened prior, you're going to completely forget about it, or it's not even going to be relevant towards the end of the year. And a lot of you are definitely taking that stance. You're ready. You're in this poised position where anything is possible here. And again, you do have the fork in the road, which we'll clarify here as we move forward. But part of this fork in the road could be, do I stay in this never-ending story? Do I stay in the energy of where I'm at now, which could be single, which could be in a relationship where you're ready to make decisions, but you don't take action to do so? It could be, do I put myself back out there? I feel like the more that you resist this change, the longer it's going to take for you to really step into this happiness full time, because right now it feels part time here. And I am getting that some of you, you're going to have a serious conversation with someone. If there's someone currently in your energy, I feel like there's going to be a very important, very serious conversation had between the both of you. Or this could be a serious conversation that you have with yourself. They're showing me the Ace of Swords here. I don't see it again coming in. You do have an ace. It's not the swords. Well, your outcome is the swords, but I do feel that this month is about you getting honest with yourself about where you want to go in 2024, where you want your heart to take you, and what is best for you, Aries. Because sometimes you may have put other people's needs first, or sometimes you've kept yourself kind of in a little bit of a box at times, and I feel like you're getting a little bit bored. It's like what they're showing me, and this is interesting, is a box. Some of you may even have a pet or a child that plays in a box. Okay, that sounds silly, but maybe after the holidays, you have some, old leftover boxes, and you have a pet that likes to roll around in a box, or a child who's making a fort. That could be significant, but I'm also getting you inside of a box, and it's like you're writing, you've been writing forever, but you're running out of room, and you're ready to expand. You're ready to see what new opportunities of, endless abundance are out there for you when it comes to love. So let's dive in here. Now you do start off with the King of Wands. This is your energy. It is in reverse. So when the King of Wands is in reverse, sometimes they can be a little bit inflexible, right? And that may be part of this never-ending story. I am getting a tad bit of stubbornness. So this could be you, Aries. It could be someone around you. I'm just getting that there's a little bit of stubbornness when it comes to living more adventurously or putting yourself out there or even standing your ground in a healthy way. This is what's going to be important for you. I feel like you are maybe even a little bit hard to reach or connect with this month because you don't want to go through this story, right? You're telling yourself this new story instead of the one that you've been replaying, on repeat in the past. And so this King of Wands, which I believe is representing you, it could be another person, of course, but I'm just getting, it feels like more flexibility is needed and required in order for you to transition into this, this new world. Okay, so perhaps there could be some limiting beliefs. Maybe again, that Ace of Swords energy needs to come in where there's more truth, there's more honesty. Because when the King of Wands is feeling in his power, he takes charge of his destiny. He's very passionate, very goal-oriented, very driven. He can be an influencer, very adventurous and warm. And so I feel like some of you, if this is you, you could have even gone cold to a situation or to a person. Okay, or if this is you, you may have just gone cold to maybe the dating world if you've been single, right? I feel like there's this energy of, that's not going to happen, or, I'm going to be lonely for a long time, or I'm just doing my thing and whatever happens, which is fine. But I am getting here that if you want to make a new choice, if you want to break this never-ending story here, it's time for you to open up more. It's time for you to embrace that adventurous side, Aries, that you certainly have, and that fiery pizzazz that you have. I feel like it's coming in strong, and it may even come in like a wave. It may take you by surprise here in the month of January, where you're also getting noticed, you're getting recognized, and you may not believe it. You may kind of just shut it down, right? If someone is approaching you, I feel like someone could even be flirting with you, and maybe you're just oblivious to it. You may say, if you're with a friend and you're out there, maybe you're grabbing coffee with that friend, and maybe the barista behind the counter is flirting with you, and you're completely oblivious to it just because maybe you haven't been in that world for quite some time, or maybe you haven't flirted yourself for quite some time. And then you go to sit down with your friend, and your friend says, "Whoa, Aries, did you notice that, he was totally flirting with you, or she was totally flirting with you?" And you, Aries, are like, "Nah, they were just being nice." Well, they weren't being that nice to the person behind you and the person in front. So I feel like it's important for you to open yourself up, because you may be surprised with the opportunities that are presenting and coming in for you in January. Now, what's crossing your path is the Nine of Cups. I mean, this is a really beautiful energy, but the Nine of Cups is the card of, wish fulfillment as well. And some of you, the challenge is believing that your dreams can manifest. And the reason why some of you may not be believing in it is because, again, there's something that you've been replaying in your mind. So maybe this is having that partnership that's strong, that's based on truth, that's honest. Perhaps it is you believing that you have the opportunity to be abundant, to go off on your own if that's a choice that you want to do. Whatever your dreams are, Aries, don't give up, okay? Because they're closer than you think here. I feel like they're right under your nose, but sometimes when we are a little bit oblivious, or we're distracted, or we're focused on an old story, we lose sight of the one that's right in front of us. So we need to change the script. We need to tell ourselves, right, that we're open to love, or that we are open to change. Maybe that's a better energy. We're open to loving changes happening around us, even if some of those changes sometimes can be difficult to transition through. But what's on the other side is really, really great, is what I'm getting here. But some of you, there could be a dream that you had with someone in the past and it didn't work out, or it's currently not working out, and it could be bogging you down. Maybe that's part of the inflexible piece. Maybe some of you are saying, you know, I'm done. I've gone cold to a situation here. The dream that once was between us is no longer relevant. I need to take care of me. So some of you, I mean, you could be kind of going back into this energy. That may even be a choice that you make, right? Where you were stepping out there, but I feel like some of you, it almost feels like you're taking a little bit of a back step just to kind of check what you need to do. You may be healing. You may be taking care of your needs first, but ultimately you're going to take one step back and 5 steps forward. So even if you feel like you've hit a little bit of a lull, or you've taken a step back, trust, Aries, that you're actually making progress. And that one back step was required in order for you to maybe let go of a limiting belief, let go of a relationship that was, you know, never ending, or to just take care of you. This is you time as well. And you can see that she's in the bathtub. She's having a great time here. So when this shows up as your challenge, make sure you're taking care of yourself, right? Make sure that you're making decisions that emotionally fulfill you. And I heard something the other day that said, the way that we feel about someone and the way that they make us feel are two completely separate things. And we need to keep that in mind. I'm going to repeat that. The way that we feel about someone and the way they make us feel is two completely separate things. We need to focus on the latter. Aries, you need to focus on how that person makes you feel. Okay, how do they make you feel? Do they make you feel safe? Do they make you feel secure? Do they make you feel like you can trust them, right? Are there things that are blocking that energy? Because we can feel about a person a completely different way than they make us feel. And some of you, that is what you are kind of going between at this time. So what's below you, Aries? You have the Ace of Pentacles. It is in reverse. So some of you, there is an opportunity that it's not coming full circle, or it has come full circle, because this could have been a karmic relationship. Because in the recent past, you do have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Something needed to play out. That's why you had this never-ending story. And if you found yourself in the same situation with, you know, another person, maybe you're replaying out the same pattern, relationship after relationship, or if this is the same relationship, it feels like you keep missing the the X marks the spot, or you keep missing the message, or missing the opportunity, missing the lesson. You're actually not missing anything at all here, Aries. You are learning. And sometimes it takes us a couple times. Sometimes it takes us a few times to fully integrate that lesson. And another thing I heard was, if it's not love, it's a lesson. So for some of you, if this was a situation that didn't get off the ground, or if it's something that you wanted to have a new beginning, but it's just the same story with the same person or the same type of person, you're being asked to shift, to have the opportunity to shift into a new energy. Completely up to you, of course, but that's part of what the fork in the road is. Do you want to keep replaying out this karmic cycle, pattern, lesson, or, growth opportunity, or do you want to step off that train? And for a lot of you, you are going to step off the train, but there's a little bit of hesitancy to do so because you feel like you're taking that step back. But once you fully take that next step forward, whatever that next step looks like for you, having that conversation, letting go of that relationship, entering into the dating world, whatever this new beginning is for you, Aries, you're ready, and you're more ready than you think. And just as you take that one step forward, it's kind of like a dominoes, right? Once you put the one domino down in the beginning, the rest of the things happen. The rest of the dominoes go down. So I feel like the universe is helping you out at this time, but the universe is also saying, okay, Aries, we've gone into this new cycle. There's new planetary alignments. There's new shifts. This is a new year. We don't want to replay out this story. So some of you, if you are hesitating, if there is resistance, you may notice towers showing up in your life. You may notice divine intervention taking place here, because this is what's coming in above you, the Fool. Now, it is showing up in the reverse, so some of you have been fooled, right? You've been fooled to think that maybe a person was your dreams manifested or the love of your life, and maybe you felt like your intuition betrayed you. How did you not know that, something was spiraling? Or how did you not know that this was, a train that kept going in a circle, right? Instead of kind of going to some new destinations here. Now, I am getting with the Fool, you're going to have to take a leap of faith. Right? This is about you taking a risk and jumping off that train so you can explore new lands, so you can do something new instead of feel confined to the same energies. Now, what's coming in the near future, you have the Page of Swords. There is an opportunity here to get honest, to be open to some truths, okay, with this Page of Swords. Some of you may be worried about children. Maybe some of you, the dream is to have children, and maybe it's been a never-ending cycle here, Aries, to maybe start a family, or some of you are dealing with someone who is very immature, and that's what you want to work with this opportunity. But a lot of you've been waiting for quite some time for someone to step up their game or someone to mature. And I do get, for some of you, children is involved here. And that may be why you've been replaying out this never-ending story. But with this Page of Swords showing up here, you're ready for a new challenge. Check your facts, of course. Search for the truth. This is all about new ideas. It's about coming up with new solutions, right? By using your beautiful analytical mind and your logical mind. But here, the facts are the facts. And so there is a situation coming in where it's important to understand that someone is going to tell you who they are real quickly. And I just keep hearing the facts are the facts. The truth is the truth. So we can't sugarcoat. We can't, add an emotion to the mix here. Like we said earlier, how you feel about someone and how they make you feel is completely different. And if the fact of the matter is this person leaves you feeling drained or depleted, I feel like that's what you're getting, down to the nitty gritty. And there could be something that you are healing within your own inner child as well, Aries. This is important. All right, how are you doing? How are you feeling? There it is. As we say, heal your own inner child. We have the Five of Swords, but it's in reverse, which is good. I like to see it in reverse because it means that you are healing the inner child. It means that some of you, you're sick and tired of, the arguments. If this is a specific person. And for some of you, it is about you going inward and working on some deep childhood wounding. Okay, some of you, if this is a partnership that you've been in, a never-ending karmic cycle with this person, both of you were coming from a place of insecurities, of wounding, of neglect, of abandonment, of just wanting to feel seen, heard, and loved and supported. And look at that. Up here we have the happy family picture, but we have these two pointing fingers, right? They're fighting. This guy looks like, well, what did I do here? And she's like, you did it. So they're going back and forth. And this could be you as well. Going back and forth between, even your own self, your own masculine, feminine. And I feel like a lot of you are ready to leave behind this dynamic or this pattern. Sometimes the Five of Swords, they need to know when to walk away, right? Choosing your battles. And that's where you are at this time. You're like, this isn't worth fighting. This isn't worth my time, my energy. I'm giving up on the fight per se, but I feel like you've won the war. I hope that makes sense. It's like walking away actually puts you in a better position. Knowing when to kind of fold your cards, like in a game of poker, right? Know when to take your chance, know when to, call the shots here. But I feel for some of you, you fought long and hard for a situation that, maybe this isn't meant to be the opportunity that you thought it was. Okay. Five of Swords in reverse, though, is you getting out of this pickle, you getting out of this, argumentative, conflicted mind space that maybe you've been in for quite some time. Now, what's going on in the environment? You have another 5 here. 5 and 5 equals 10. There's your new beginning here. I am getting, with both of these cards in reverse, this is good because it means you're coming out of conflict. That's what we see here with the between worlds. There's the shadow, there's the conflict, there's the mental distress, the loneliness, the abandonment, the rejection, whatever insecurities, pains, and, loneliness that you've been feeling. Because look at this Five of Pentacles here. She is on the outside looking in. She's in her wedding dress there. So you may even feel like this opportunity here, you've learned all that you could do, but you're seeing it from a different perspective. If this is a relationship that you were part of, or if someone's on your mind here, Aries, I feel like you see them through a completely new lens than maybe you've seen them before. I feel like a lot of you have gone cold to a situation here, or it feels like someone has gone cold towards you. Okay, but I am getting that you're working on this healing here. You're working on some new dreams. You're working on stepping off this never-ending cycle and embracing new beginnings, because that's part of your hopes and fears. But you do have the Temperance card. And I was getting something here with timing. They were showing me the hourglass. So some of you may even see an hourglass, or maybe as you're listening to this, if you get real silent, you can hear a ticking of a clock. Now I'm getting also chimes. So some of you could have a grandfather clock on the wall. Some of you may have a clock that has a very loud ticking because they are giving me everything kind of gone silent and you can just hear the ticking. So it's like some of you may be waiting. That could be significant. Maybe you're waiting for this person to change, but I feel like if you're waiting for this person to change, if this is a person, you're going to be waiting a long time. And we don't want to wait, because we want to go after a new beginning instead of waiting for the energy to catch up with us. We want to be in the energy of happiness. And if that does include relationships that kind of fall to the wayside, then we must embrace the change that our new energy brings. Okay. Now, some of you, you've been patient for quite some time. And the hope is that after being patient, after being maybe single, or after trying for family, or trying to reconcile, that finally there's going to be some sort of peace. Some sort of new beginnings being offered here for you, Aries. And I am getting with this Temperance card. This is also the Temperance angel. You can see her on the refrigerator there. So I feel like you are supported, and I feel like the angels have heard your prayers. I'm going to repeat that. The angels have heard your prayers. So there is an energy of your dreams manifesting, but sometimes, Aries, those dreams manifest in different ways than maybe our human self or our ego self can conceive. Okay, so this is an important message. Your dreams are coming true, but it may show up in a different way. Maybe a different relationship, or perhaps a different, opportunity. I feel like there's a miracle coming in here as well. I'm hearing the word miracle. This is a miracle. And your final outcome here is the Queen of Swords. So yeah, I feel like a lot of you you're cutting something out, because the Queen of Swords, she holds her sword there and she's ready to kind of take on any challenge. She can be a little blunt, but she's very observant, very logical. And Aries, this is your opposite, Libran energy. So it's no surprise that you're cutting out any energies that hold you back, right? You're taking that sword here and you're saying, if that's a limiting belief, I'm cutting through that. If this is unhealthy, I'm cutting through that. And I feel like this has to do with yourself. It's not that you're trying to purposefully or, cut other people out of your life in a harsh, negative way, but I feel like you're getting honest with yourself, and this is what you're doing for you. Okay, so I also sense that if people are lying to you, or if people are coming in saying, Aries, I really want to get back together with you, or I want to make something work, you're saying, talk is cheap. We need to see action. There needs to be consistency, and I've already done this a million times. I'm not going to do it again. Okay, so I feel like there is a sense of truth that's coming out, and it may shock others, okay? But you're done. That's what you're cutting out here, Aries. You're done with this never-ending story, and you're telling yourself a new one. So I don't mind seeing this Queen of Swords here, even if she is in the reverse, but just be humble is what I'm getting. Let people down. I don't want to say softly, because do what you need to do for you, but try to be compassionate to yourself first and foremost. But you can still let people, you can still say no in a kind way. No, no means no. You know, I'm going to say no, or I'm going to, you know, cut this out. It's not serving me. And someone could be getting on your last nerve. And I feel like it's important for you to set a healthy boundary. Say, I'm done with this conversation. I'm done arguing. That's it. Enough is enough is what I get here. And you're kind of putting down your, you know, your foot in a situation. And I feel like you're moving on. All right, let's see what else we have here for Aries. What do we have for Aries, please? Yeah, you're definitely putting your foot down when it comes to changing your energy, your environment, because a lot of you do want this beginning. You want this new beginning, but it feels like every time you go towards a new dream, something or someone or a belief or an energy of the past may feel like it sabotages it. We have sundress here. It says, do it for you. Aries, do this for you, not for someone else. And that may be what you're cutting out, is the need to people please, or the need to focus on everybody else's dreams instead of your own. This says here, do it for you. Next, you have stars. You can manifest your every wish. Beautiful, because remember, that's the challenge coming up here, is your wish fulfillment. And Spirit wants you to know that you can manifest your wish. And look at that. It's also card 5. So we have double 5 showing up here. And for some of you, you didn't think that this was, you know, possible, or you didn't think that you could have some sort of wish come true, but you can. But you may be trying to control the dynamic, or you need to kind of surrender. I mean, look at her. She's surrendering. She has her head up to the sky there, and she's saying, okay, what do I need to do? I trust you, universe. What does this new beginning entail? How can I open myself up? Because I'm ready. So you're poised here. You're ready to take a stance. Next, you have Castle. It's time for healing, not war. And that makes complete sense with what you have going on with the 5 of Swords, right? It's time for healing. We don't need to point fingers. We don't need to play the blame game, right? And I feel like a lot of you, yes, there could be a little bit of healing, a little bit of introspection happening at this time, but you are... Oh, okay. There was a tower here for some of you. Okay, there was a tower, and some of you, you are rising, right? You're that phoenix. You can see that she's holding this sand there in her hands, and she may be thinking, wow, this is what's left of a situation. But I am getting here, you're taking a chance on a new beginning. You do have the raindrops here, taking a chance on this new energy, right? And this could be a new person. It could be a new relationship. Some of you are really working on rebuilding maybe an existing relationship. If that's something that you're wanting to do, is to take a chance on them. But there was a major storm coming in here. So you want to have this new beginning and clear the air. And typically after it rains, right, it rains out all of, you know, the old energy, and there's this new revitalized, the grass is greener, and there's a new smell, and it's just like a new day has dawned after it rains. So I feel like you are coming to a better spot here, because it says here, weave together the crown you deserve, because you've been hit with some thorns. It's been challenging at times. It's been difficult, but you have here, look at this, your final card, it says nostalgia. So it's important for you, Aries, to focus on the here and now, because some of you may get lost in the never-ending story, right? You get lost in the nostalgia, the past, and Spirit wants you to focus right here and now. And look at this. We talked about the 2 people getting coffee earlier, and there they are sitting at the table drinking their coffee. So some of you could even be meeting someone new for coffee. Maybe you are getting together and having a breakfast date. For some of you, this could be meeting up with a friend and talking about, you know, some maybe new dreams as well. Maybe you are getting together and talking about the past. That could be very therapeutic and helpful. If there's some unresolved energy, this could be a therapist, it could be a friend, it could be a mentor. But I am getting that the overall energy with this fork in the road is you're going to be making a new decision to move forward. I just want to get one last card here to clarify. Spirit, tell me about the fork in the road for Aries. What's this fork in the road all about? The Magician. Yeah, it's how to manifest. It's about not just how to manifest, but maybe when, how, it's all the questions, but it's about you believing and realizing that everything that you need, all of the answers, all of the timing, everything you want to know is already right here within. And it's up to you. It's up to your belief. It's up to, your intentions and how you take action towards them. Because the Magician is the energy of manifestation. You have all the tools necessary to use your power in a healthy, constructive way and move towards more light here. Whatever that light means for you, whether that light is love, whether it's happiness, whether it's, more security, more safety, honesty, whatever it is, soulmates, relationships that are built on, integrity. I really love this because I feel like you're doing the work here and you're looking quite good doing it as well, Aries. So trust in yourself to make the best decisions that are in your highest good. All right, last but not least, let's get a message from the crystal spirits, Aries. So if you can, please close your eyes for a moment. Take a nice, big, deep breath in from the solar plexus chakra, the belly area. And I want you to imagine the first crystal or crystals that show up in your mind's eye. Now, perhaps your crystal is represented as a bright, beautiful color. Perhaps it's a specific shape or a crystal that you are familiar with. Maybe this crystal brings you a feeling, an energy, a message. There is no right or wrong answer, Aries. And if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you are ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free reading giveaway where we draw one winner around the first of each month, all you need to do is drop your crystals, whether it is the color, whether it's the name, the shape, the feeling, the message, whatever you received in your mind's eye, just drop it in the comment section below the video and you will be entered into the free reading giveaway. All right, you have a few crystals that came up here. We're only going to read one of them. Now we have Moonstone. I love Moonstone, one of my personal favorites. Card 37, some of you may be 37 years old. And we have Pink Sapphire, 44, you may be 44 years old. We have 56, Tiger's Eye, you may be 56. Orange Calcite, card 40, you may be 40 years old. And Rose Quartz, card 48. So the card that we're actually going to look into, what one would you like here, Spirit? Thank you. We're actually going to go with Pink Sapphire is what Spirit is saying. Card 4 and 4. Now that is card 8. Now 8 could be symbolic. Perhaps that is a life path number. It could be a personal year number. 8 is also the energy of strength. So some of you could even have some Leo placements in your chart, and that is also your fellow air sign, fire sign. Now, Pink Sapphire is about forgiveness, choosing to heal, acceptance, and letting go. Pink Sapphire is all about soothing the heart. So this is interesting here. Embrace your power for healing now, says Pink Sapphire. And that means turning inward instead of concerning yourself with others at this time. Let go of any urge to go over all that went wrong or to relive the past. You deserve to feel joy, confidence, and faith. And to do so, you must let go of the old stories. Well, hello, never-ending story, right? You must let go of the old stories and release the pain that is no longer serving you. Sometimes it lingers, so if you feel it coming up, let yourself experience it on its way out of you. Have a good cry, vent, get all that energy out of you, and then feel yourself filling up with the love and acceptance you deserve, coming to you courtesy of the love bearer, the conscious universe. Pink Sapphire Spirit is here to remind you, Aries, that you are all you need to be. You are whole and beautiful. You're the magician, Aries, remember, and the conscious universe knows how very strong you are. That's beautiful. Yeah, and it does talk about a little bit of that nostalgia and feeling like you're between worlds at this time, because there could have been an argument. There may have been hurtful words. For some of you, maybe there was a separation or, a lingering of some old pains that you are ready to move out of as you embrace the new beginning that 2024 brings in. That is what I have for you, Aries. I hope it resonates. If so, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. It certainly helps get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most. Of course, please drop your crystals in the comment section below. And again, if you like the message, please hit that thumbs up, share, subscribe, comment. All of your support certainly helps the channel. Thank you so very much, Aries. Lots of love.